Today, I think, it's been a very eventful week for the police, very productive. In the past 7 days, we have arrested 14,273 suspects across the country. We've seized 140 firearms. These were illegal and unlicensed firearms from all 9 provinces. We have also recovered 81 vehicles that were stolen or hijacked from operations across the country. We've had major takedowns in the past week, starting off on I think it was the 20th of July, where 5 suspects were shot and killed in KZN. They were linked to a number of armed robberies, murders, and so on. We then also had 5 CIT suspects that were shot and killed right here in Johannesburg in Crown Mines. They were linked to spades of CIT robberies from all over the country. So it's been quite a busy. Last night, we also had 2 suspects being taken into custody. They were found with 30 firearms in their possession. They were transporting these firearms, 9mm pistols, to the Western Cape. So we have detained them for further investigation and questioning. We are also still verifying whether the firearms were licensed or unlicensed. We are still just verifying that particular information, but intelligence at hand tells us that these firearms were being trafficked to the Western Cape. We all know the Western Cape has challenges when it comes to serious and violent crime, especially gang-related violence. So the seizure of these 30 9mm pistols being transported in a Mercedes-Benz, in the boot of a Mercedes-Benz, is really a step in the right direction to really dismantle, dislodge, and arrest criminals that are involved in serious and violent crime. So in terms of today, the SAPS Political Killings Task Team has brought 3 cases to court. Let's start with the first case, that is before the Umzimkhulu Magistrate Court in KwaZulu-Natal, where yesterday, on Monday, the task team rearrested the former municipal manager of Umzimkhulu local municipality on a charge of murder. You will recall that in 2018, when this task team was established, it was established in July 2018, within a month they had made their first arrest in relation to the Cindy Somagata murder case. The first arrest was the hitman, the shooter, who has already been convicted and sentenced to 25 years imprisonment for the murder of Cindy Somagata. And months later, they then started arresting 2 former police officers. They also arrested a businessman. They also then arrested the former mayor of Umzimkhulu local municipality, who later committed suicide. And they then arrested the same municipal manager. So we have rearrested the former municipal manager based on additional evidence. We obtained a J50 warrant of arrest, and on Monday we executed that warrant of arrest in Malvern, in Durban. So we are expecting him to appear before court this morning, before the Umzimkhulu Magistrate Court, to be charged again with the murder of Mr. Cindy Somagata. We cannot rule out the possibility of more arrests in this particular case, but what is encouraging is that the shooter, the hitman, has already been convicted to 25 years imprisonment. In relation to what is happening at the Alexandra Magistrate Court, you will recall that the 4 suspects, the 4 accused in the DJ Somebody case, were supposed to appear today for a formal bail application, and that particular bail application has been postponed. But on our side, as the SAPS, in terms of the investigation that is being conducted by the SAPS Political Killings Task Team, as well as Gauteng Organized Crime, they are adding 2 more cases on this particular issue, or in relation to the 4 accused. Now, the first case relates to the murder of Hector Buthelezi, DJ Vintos, as he was popularly known. He was killed in March 2022 outside a nightclub in Orlando East. He was killed in a hail of bullets. At the time, the suspects were driving a BMW X3. His killers were never found. We then move on to the same year, November 2022, where DJ Somebody and his two bodyguards, Sibusiso Mkwena as well as Sandile Mieza, are then also assassinated and killed in a hail of bullets in Woodmead. We then move on to March 2023, which is the second case. Mr. Don Tindleni was then killed on the N1 near the N17 off-ramp. He was in his 5 Series BMW when he was killed in a hail of bullets. That case also was never solved. We then move on to April 2024. Aman Swart is then killed in Vereeniging in a mistaken identity hit. So our investigation has now brought us to this point where we are linking the AK-47 as well as the 3 pistols that were found on the Aman Swart case and were linked to his case. We are linking them to the killing of Aman Swart, the same AK-47, the killing of Aman Swart, the killing of DJ Vintos, who is known as Hector Buthelezi. We are linking that same AK-47 to the killing of DJ Somebody, his bodyguards, Sibusiso Mkwena as well as Sandile Mieza. And we are also then linking it to the Don Tindleni murder as well as the Aman Swart killings. But I've also indicated previously that we don't only have the ballistics expert report that is linking these suspects to these particular hits. There's other overwhelming evidence that suggests that they are involved in the murders of these victims. So in terms of the DJ Vintos case, all 4 accused are added on to that particular case. So it's the 3 hitmen and Katiso Mulefe who are being charged, formally charged, for the murder of DJ Vintos. But then on the murder of Don Tindleni, who was killed in March 2023 on the N1 in his BMW, we are only adding the 3 hitmen. We are still investigating who the mastermind behind the Don Tindleni murder is, and we are hoping that in no time that information will come to light. So it has been quite a productive week. The SAPS members are on the ground continuing with their work to serve and protect the people of this country, as well as the SAPS Political Killings Task Team together with Gauteng Organized Crime. They are continuing with the work. So for now, previously I had indicated that we are investigating about 10 high-profile cases where these firearms are being linked to. So now we are at number 4. We are positively linking the AK-47 to the murder of DJ Vintos, Don Tindleni, DJ Somebody, his 2 bodyguards, Sibusiso Mkwena, Sandile Mieza, as well as Aman Swart. Thank you. In terms of the Tempo Tobejani case, only 2 hitmen are linked to that particular case. But in terms of the firearm that was used in the Tobejani case, that particular firearm, we are still looking for it, and it hasn't been found. So the AK-47 and the 3 pistols are linked to all other cases, I think it's 4 cases, but not yet the Tobejani case. We're still looking for that particular firearm.